My name is Carmen Vasquez. I have a 2-year-old daughter named Elisa, and we found foundation communities through shelter because we were homeless. We moved a lot because it was mostly like financial. My mom didn't have money to give a place, and then it got too expensive. Going through a lot of different schools, making friends, being the new girl all the time. It was really hard trying to keep up with the work and stuff. Being on my own was really hard because I had to work. I had to try to keep going to school because I was still 16 and trying to find a job and try to get, have something to eat for me. It was sometimes really hard. How am I gonna finish school? I still need to finish school. I still need to get it done. And then that's when I started going to school during the day and the night to make up for all the credits that I didn't have. Going in the whole morning, going at night, and being pregnant. It really started getting to me. It would have been so easy for me to give up, but that was not on my list. Giving up was not on my list. It was really hard not having nobody to look for. After you're done, you have your diploma and share that joy, share that accomplishment. It was really hard. It was really tough. He was really abusive to me, so the police was called. He got domestic. He got arrested, and I stayed with him after that. But he started doing it again, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, God, just help me. I don't know what's gonna happen once I move here because I don't make enough to have an apartment on my own. What I like about foundation communities is that they're not only focusing on one thing. They focus on several things of your aspect of your life. It's not just that they help you now, but they're also looking into your future. I managed to enroll in ACC, and I've been going to ACC for a semester. My career at ACC, it's only 2 years. That way I could have a better job, have a car, provide for her, and be able to be stable for her, and not for her not to have to go in and out of schools, go to different schools. I don't want my daughter to go through that. I really don't, because I know what it feels like. I know how it is. Foundations is really breaking that cycle of my family. Most important, breaking that cycle of being homeless. I'm happy. I'm really happy that I found them and that I'm doing so much for my life, for my future, that I could not have been able to do by myself. It would have been so hard. And now they made it easier for me because they help the people that want to get helped. They're the foundation to my new beginning. So really, thanks Foundation Communities for helping me out a lot, and my daughter too.
I'm Dalton Duffie. I found Foundation Communities after I had been in rehab for 2 years. I spent most of my adult life doing drugs and alcohol. The last few years of my life I spent homeless as a result. I didn't start out as a drug addict or alcoholic. I had a good life, and I made lots of money. But because of some things that had happened to me in the beginning parts of my life, I had turned to alcohol. And after a while, I began to use drugs. It cost me my wife, my 3-year-old daughter, and it cost me, ultimately, my home. So I lost it all. It was the most undignified feeling I've ever experienced. I had no idea of how to keep living homeless, nowhere to be, nobody to be around nobody that loved me. I had no idea how to live that way, and didn't know if I could continue living that way. And so I asked God to help me. That night it was raining, and I was under this trailer, and rain was falling between the cracks of the trailer. And I started crying. I remember crying. And the next day, I went into the Salvation Army Rehabilitation Center, and I got better there. Once it was time to leave there, I didn't have any place to go to. That's when I found out about foundation communities. I've just never been in a place that has had so much help and assistance. I didn't know, I had no idea that something like this existed. I manage a store for the Salvation Army. I have about 6 employees that work directly under me, and I like what I do. I like being able to help people. Foundation Communities has given me my dignity back, and with that comes a whole different way of thinking. I'm not asking for a handout, just a hand up. And I think that's what Foundation Communities does, give you a chance to step up and become a human being again.
My name is Matthew Bedecker.
And I'm Sarah Campsey, and we have 3 kids, and we live in South Austin. Cooper was born with quite a few medical conditions. He was born with his legs crossed and bent up tight to his chest line. His feet were bent and curved in and pointing up. He also had a small jaw, which was pushed back, and it was pushing his tongue back into his throat, blocking his airway. We were lucky to have health insurance through his job, which is better than most health insurances, but it still doesn't cover 100% of everything.
When Cooper was born, we were pretty shocked to discover all of his medical issues, and I guess the amount of attention he would require from the different specialists and the appointments and therapies, surgeries. Would require a lot of time off from my job as well as Sarah's, and Sarah wasn't able to get that time off and eventually had to leave her job.
Right away, just from me having to stop working so soon, it was pretty soon after that we had to start applying for assistance. Cooper was almost a year old, and we got our lease renewal from our landlord, and they were going to be raising the rent.
That was a significant hit that we weren't going to be able to maintain that and stay there, so it was pretty immediate that we had to do something.
I had known about Foundation Communities from getting my taxes done, but there was the waiting list, which was longer than what we had left in our lease, so we had to split up the family.
I felt bad, but I couldn't think of anything else to do.
He was able to move in with his parents and stay in town and work, and I had to go with the kids up to New York and stay with my parents, so I had a little bit more space.
On top of having a hard time with the family being gone, the reason why, you can't financially support your family, so it was tough.
Sierra Vista has been amazing. The kids are super happy. They all have friends and they can go and play on the playground, and Sawyer's been able to go to the pre-literacy program, and just all being together under one roof is the best part. Cooper's a lot more stable now. Hopefully he's only got 1 more surgery, possibly 2, but with him a lot more stable, I might be able to return to work soon, which would help a lot financially.
Without Foundation Communities, I don't know where we would be today right now. So it's helped keep us together.
We're able to have the home and also be able to have a dream again.